Yeah, we want to keep it like it is.
So I do have a question. So now you basically said you're for it because you want them to look at both routes. So are you for it or are you against it?
So what I am advocating for is that they move forward in their study looking at both routes. That's what I'm for, is I am for studying both
But
routes.
after they study it and they finish it, are you for
After
it?
they study it and finish their study, I want to read the results of the study. I want to look at what the input from the community is, and I'm definitely not going to be saying that I'm for or against it without the information from the full study, from the
So
traffic
then-
models, the community input. That's.
So you've changed your stance because before you were for it.
I have not changed my stance.
So you're neutral?
Well, I am advocating for both routes to be studied moving forward. That's not
No,
neutral.
you already said that. But once they decide which route, are you for it or
I
against
absolutely am going to wait for the information to decide whether
it? That
I'm
doesn't
for or
answer my
against it.
question.
I have a question.
I'm not going to be making a decision about whether I'm for or against a project without the information. I mean, I think that's irresponsible.
But what if the neighborhoods don't want it? You know,
Yeah,
like
that's what I
you're
was
going to be elected to represent the neighborhood.
Absolutely, exactly. I want to be someone who is responsive to the neighborhood. I want to be someone who's responsive to the public, and I want to represent the neighborhood, and I want to make sure that I do what the neighborhood wants. Right? That is my job.
So
is to
where
represent
is
our
it? Where has it
constituents.
been stated in writing that they're going to look at more than one route?
Oh, it has not been stated in writing that they're going to look at more than one route. That's what I'm saying I'm advocating for. I have been advocating for that with the Metro board members. From what I understand, there's still a lot of opportunity to make that happen. I know that there was a study that recommended, in particular, the Nordhoff route. That was not a full traffic study. It was just looking at the ridership models, and so the ridership models said there was more ridership on Nordhoff, and that there were also, from the public meetings that they had, which were absolutely not adequate, there were only 208 public comments submitted, but of the comments that they did get submitted, more of them were in favor of the Nordhoff route, so they recommended the Nordhoff route. What I'm saying is that was not enough community engagement. Our elected leaders have failed us in engaging the community and getting the word out, and I want to make sure that moving forward, we don't just,
You've said that you repeated yourself at least 10 times,
yes,
15
because
times.
I want to make
but,
my statement clear.
you haven't. No, you have. But that's it. You haven't made it clear. You haven't stated whether you are for this route or against this route at all.
I am
and the
for
vote that
both
Metro
routes
had
being studied.
last Wednesday was to put it to the environmental study. So they have made their decision. They were putting it into the environmental study with no other route considered. So that makes it Nordhoff. So are you, once they decide that it's Nordhoff or they decide it's Roscoe, are you for the project?
So speaking with the Metro board members that I've been speaking with, they have definitely not made a decision on this yet. And there is definitely still opportunity to move forward with a study on both routes, and that's what I'm advocating for.
That's what you're advocating for, but that's not what they have said. I mean, you're just going in circles.
So
Really.
right now, nothing is set in stone. They
I
did
tell
not
ya,
say that they were
nothing's set in
studying.
stone.
Until they were going to go in there last week.
Hey, excuse me. How many of you are against the? How many are against it? Can I see your hands if you're against it? How many of you are undecided and you want to wait for a study?
Jammed their phone line.
Hold on. Do you guys want to wait for a study, or do you guys want to know whether she's against it or for it?
Realized that we were not
I'm against it, and I don't believe it's worthwhile doing. Public transportation has been
And
a
we
failure.
said, and I,
So from
I have
the
walked-
beginning, they had said that they were going to
it was pretty
make
much,
the decision, not
Yeah,
in
it
that
was-
one that was last week, but in the full Metro board meeting.
They were
which
gonna
then
have a
was
full
going to
Metro
be
board
postponed,
meeting.
which they have postponed because
and they
didn't
postponed it.
have
Because of community input like yours, which
Right.
is great.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But here's the
Encourage
thing.
it.
Here's the thing that concerns
Grateful
me.
for that.
I have walked up and down Nordhoff. I have walked from Parthenia clear to Plumber. I have knocked on people's doors, and I have not found one single person who was okay with it running down Nordhoff. Now, if Metro does their study and they decide, oh, hey, let's put it down Nordhoff Boulevard because some people are louder than we are, and the community says, no, we do not want this. I mean, we're talking about people's houses who have no driveway onto their property.
Hey, how's it going, buddy?
Stop in front of their house unless you drive up the curb and are on there. And if all these people are still saying no, are you going to let it go through?
No, I'm definitely going to be someone who is responsive to the community and listens to the community and represents the community
I
and
want to know how the
advocates for you.
police and the fire department and ambulances are going to be able to get down that street.
That's a big concern. Because
They use
all
that
these-
as a major
absolutely
thoroughfare.
a concern. That's part of why we need to see what the results
I
of
mean,
the
it's
traffic
bad
study
enough.
are.
Nordhoff is bad enough as it is during heavy traffic.
That's
when
why
they
we
have
need
to,
a full traffic study, and we want to make sure that we do
I mean,
that on both
you won't
routes.
be able to get an ambulance or a fire truck or something
They'll have to
down
have
there.
alternate routes.
By the way, this will not be chopped up at all. So the whole thing is going to be it's fair to everybody.
Great.
And it's fair to your answers too, because we got no one wants to
I absolutely
misrepresent what you're saying.
Exactly. Thank you. So I've
all our
posted
campaign is
my-
saying is we know that the people in this community, despite whatever any study says, they don't want it.
So I hear that, and I'm glad that you are speaking out, and I think it's wrong that you didn't know about this if you didn't know about it before now, and that any project that moves forward needs to have that robust community engagement. We need to hear from the people and hear what you think, and we need to be responsive to the community, and that's the kind of council member that I want to be.
Did CSUN post any articles in their community paper about this? Has there been any talk about it?
I mean, I haven't seen anything about, CSUN's in their summer session right now. Most people are gone at this point,
I'm
so
talking
I
about
haven't
last
seen.
year.
Oh,
The year
last
before.
year? Yeah, I'm sure that the paper did articles about it.
Yeah, we'd like
I'm
to see
sure.
them.
Of course,
Maybe
the
you could do
CSUN
some-
Sundial is
Daily,
available
isn't it the Daily
on,
Sundial?
The Sundial, is available online. I'm sure that there were articles, just like there were articles in other media. They're a
CSUN should have reached
newspaper.
out to the community also, not only Metro.
Well,
because that
CSUN
goes
is
hand in hand.
CSUN is a university. They're not a decision maker.
I had 3 trees.
So do you guys want to wait for a study, or do you want it just to be absolutely off the table?
The Nordhoff off the table.
Off the table? Off the table. Off the table?
I had 2 trees that fell.
I've got a very dead tree on Louise.
Off the table, right? Nordhoff bus line, off the table?
Off the table.
Off the table?
Yes.
All right, you don't want to wait for a study, right?
Absolutely not.